Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Matt and you're watching Let's Do Lunch, the show where we ask questions that really shouldn't be asked, and it's all secretly just a ploy for me to get free food from local businesses. Today my special guest is Iowa State's Ivy College Business Dean's Teaching Fellow in Accounting, Micheal Bootsma. Should I stand for
Yeah,
it?
all rise.
All rise, okay.
You may be seated.
Well, thank you. Be committed.
I appreciate the drink. I've never had an energy drink before. I see students buying them, but always kind of wondered, so I'm ready to crack this.
Yeah,
I had this stick in class where I would give a lot of examples, and I would talk a lot about various scenarios, and one scenario that always seems to get a rise out of students is a scenario involving drugs. So I had a lot of scenarios one semester where the drug of choice was cocaine.
of course.
And one day this student comes up to me after class and he says, "Micheal Bootsma, you talk a lot about cocaine. Are you on cocaine?" And I said, "Listen, man, would I be this heavy if I was doing cocaine?" Right? I'd be jittery and I'd be a heck of a lot thinner.
Will you be jitter after that for sure?
Yeah, so this might do it. This might do it. Maybe I need one of these before class, before I talk about cocaine.
Well, let's do it. Well, you're a Dean's Teaching Fellow in Accounting. I think you teach business law, if I remember correctly. So therefore, you must be a law expert. Is that correct?
I would shy away from the term expert, but it's an introduction class, and I seem to be able to answer most questions.
Well, okay, because today we're going to be pressing you on law-based
Oh, really?
questions.
Okay.
Yeah, that is
Okay.
correct. If it pleases the court, I would like to ask my first question.
You may.
Out of these four, what is your favorite law show? Law and Order SVU, Judge Judy, Boston Legal.
Law and Order, hands down.
Law and
If
Order.
you're gonna watch a law show, you watch Law and Order. They actually told us this in law school. They said if you're gonna waste your time watching law shows, the most accurate is Law and Order.
They told you that in law school?
They told us this in law school.
Let's-
So I always suggest Law and Order to my students. Yeah, a great show. I think I've seen every episode twice.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
Let's dive into some food here.
Matt, do you want to know one of my biggest pet peeves? Watching TV and someone starts eating. I thought it was so ironic when you asked me to come on this show. I told my wife and she died laughing. Because every time an actor gets on TV, it's like, they really get into that role.
Your mic is on, so I'm going to turn it up. Every time you start eating, I'm going to turn it up.
Okay.
Just for you.
Okay. Starting to feel the jitter.
Here it is. You can feel it already?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, next segment, we're going to do real or fake laws. I'm going to ask you some laws, and you're going to tell me whether or not you think they're legal or fake. Please, Your Honor, may I ask a second question?
Yes, sir. You may.
In Arizona, if you want to feed garbage to your pig, you need a special permit. True or false?
True.
That is correct. In Alabama, you cannot charge a husband and a wife for the same crime.
False.
That is correct. If it may please Your Honor, I'd like to ask a third question.
You
Does
may.
it please? Okay. In Carroll, Iowa, you cannot publicly tap dance past midnight.
Let's say true.
That is false.
Oh!
You better-
I say we lobby the city council of Carroll, Iowa.
You
Why do you need people tap dancing past
You
midnight?
sit on a throne of lies, sir. Your Honor, may I ask a fourth question?
You may, Matt. You may.
In the state of New York, you cannot take a selfie with a tiger. True or false?
I mean, it seems like good logic that you would be prohibited from doing this, but that's where these questions keep getting me. So I'm just gonna go with false.
Oh, it is true.
Ah!
Your Honor, may I ask a final question?
You may, Matt. You may.
Do I?
We need order in the court.
Thank you.
Okay. Dan, quiet out there.
In Indianola, Iowa, the ice cream truck and the ice cream man are banned. True or false?
Seems like that would be a constitutional issue. I'm gonna say, go with intuition. True.
It's correct. That is true.
Oh!
What is your favorite law?
Ooh, I tell you what, and this is actually how I got my wife to go on a date with me. Tax law. right? Who doesn't want to hear about tax law? Who doesn't want to study about tax law?
What's the move? I need every bit of advice I can get.
Yeah, you just say, did you file a tax return last year? And if they look a little surprised, you say, well, hey, I know a lot about filing taxes. I know a lot about tax law. I'd be happy to help you if you've got some tax problems. Maybe we could discuss this over dinner. It's a great move. Now, I would warn you that I got married very late in life, so I think it is just one isolated data point, but maybe that one data point is telling us that that's not the best pickup line. You said you're from a small town, right?
I'm from
Mount
a small
Vernon.
town. Mount Vernon,
I grew up
Iowa.
near Sanborn, Iowa. And when I got married, my mom had been going around town telling everyone that she did not think I would get married. And so now we've been married for quite a few years. And just recently she was at our house. We have some really cute little children now. And her and my dad love to come and see them. And she was sitting at the dinner table and she said, I just still can't believe Michael got married. And I said, come on, it's been like 6 years.
You gotta fight the haters in life. You made it past the law questions for now. Let's ask you some questions about what you're actually famous for in the great city of Ames. Really quickly, do you have a favorite lecture story? You are a lecturer in a business law class.
I remember there was this student, and if I were to tell you there was this cool student, what do you think his name would be?
Let's do Chad.
Chad?
Chad, yeah.
Chad, that's a cool, all right, so Chad, right?
Yeah.
Chad was in my class, and I can't remember what Chad's major was, but I saw Chad at some outings, like student group activities and so forth. And back then, nobody knew what an entourage was. There was no show called Entourage.
Yeah.
Nobody really knew what an entourage. They were just kind of hitting the scene. And Chad had an entourage.
Wow.
Yeah. And I always thought, wow, that's really interesting. Here comes Chad, and then these 5 people that follow him everywhere he goes.
Crazy.
Yeah, and so I said to one of my friends, I said, who is this person? Because when he entered the room, it was like a high school movie. It just went quiet. Everyone's like, there's Chad. And the whole room would look at Chad and his entourage. So I said to my friend, who is this Chad? And my friend said, well, I went to high school with him. So I thought, oh, cool, there's my introduction. So I walked up to Chad and I said, hey, Chad, I heard you went to high school in this small town. And he's like, yeah. And then, so I said, do you know my friend Amanda? Because she would have graduated with you in this small high school class. And he's like, no, I don't. And I was like, wait, how could you not know her? It's a class of like 40 people. And so then I said to Chad, what are you gonna do this weekend, Chad? Because it was a Thursday night. And he said, I'm going to Phoenix. And I was like, oh, well, that's cool. Like, do you drive down there? How do you get to Phoenix, Chad? And he goes, I don't drive, I fly. And I was like, oh, okay. And I thought to myself, how do you get to the airport if you don't drive? But I thought, I'm not gonna go there. There were no taxi cabs in Ames at that point. So I knew he had to drive somewhere. So I thought, this guy's full of baloney.
Chad did some driving.
Chad, I think he did do some driving. And I started to realize that Chad was maybe more of a persona than a true. So as we come up on the career fair, students get nervous about going to the career fair. They feel like there's all these Chads out there, they have it all together. They're gonna walk in, lay down their resume, and the person's gonna say, we need you on the corporate jet tomorrow morning. But it doesn't work that way. And often it's like the Wizard of Oz. You pull back the cape and you realize, oh my goodness, there's just this behind the curtain. So that's my favorite story in class.
Shout out to your boy Chad.
He's probably in Phoenix with his personal jet down there in Phoenix.
He is yet to drive. He actually has like a hover pack that he just takes everywhere.
Oh my goodness, I bet the hover pack rocked his world.
Yeah. I'm not driving anywhere, man.
I hope he didn't get one of those ones that started on fire. That would be awful.
He had like a rickshaw system.
He was pretty big time. I'm sure he'd been in a rickshaw at that point.
That's pretty cool. I want to get rickshaw cool. I think that's the goal for this show. Can I get rickshaw cool?
Nice. You just show up to the Ivy College of Business in a rickshaw every morning. What if I become addicted to this double shot energy drink?
Wow.
Would you feel a little guilty?
I would
Okay.
feel guilty.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be legally liable for it. So.
Okay.
All right, well, Bootsma, with over 86 reviews on Rate My Professor, you have an impressive 4.7 rating. That's incredibly high for the number of reviews you have. You only have one, out of 86 reviews, you only have one-star review, and we have it up right here. Do you want to read it and then tell us your thoughts on it real quick? Oops.
Well, I have to say, Matt, I really appreciate you picking on the one negative review when there's all those positive reviews.
There's a lot of positive reviews, and you know what? We don't have time for positivity.
Okay.
Here it is.
So do you want me to read it out loud?
You can. I'll put it on the bottom of the screen as well.
Okay. So it says, Mike makes it fun to go to class. The only problem is he's so stinking handsome that I have a hard time concentrating in class. And you're putting this on the bottom of the screen. Okay, so I should probably read the real review. He does actually say, though, Mike makes it fun to go to class. That's about the only thing he does. Tests are hard and lots of studying. I wouldn't take this class unless absolutely necessary. Well, this is great for
That was a one-star review.
the tone of your show.
He hits you with the compliment right off the bat.
It's a backhanded compliment. And then as a teacher, especially if you get a lot of positive reviews from students, then other teachers have a tendency to start sharing these stories like Mike is an easy grader, or Mike gives students a lot of a lot of
Malicious.
free materials, or whatever it might be. So right away there gets to be these little rumors. So if someone's going to give me a 1-star rating, what a blessing that was, because they said the tests are really hard, and so I appreciate that students'
Thank you for
feedback.
The haters. Thank you for the haters. Well, Mike, you're really helpful here on today's show. Thank you so much for enduring this court of law. If you have anything you want to plug, anything you want to say, you have 1 minute. Go to that camera, say whatever you want.
Boy, I hope everyone has a fantastic Iowa State experience. And if I can ever be of assistance to you, either law-related or not law-related, please let me know.
That's it. Cool.
Right.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, your generation fist bump. A little too intimate with a handshake.
Verdict rendered.